All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today I want to take you through a few Yieldmax ETFs and underlying stocks which are currently experiencing downtrends or are at the verge of potentially experiencing some downtrends. I understand that maybe not everyone is a Yieldmax investor. You might watch our channel because we invest for income, but nonetheless, you can invest in the Yieldmax versions, you can invest in the underlying stocks. And so what I want to show you guys in this video is some kind of major companies which I believe have the potential to start a downtrend, and not necessarily saying that you should buy them at their peaks, but what I'm saying is you should keep an eye on all of these companies because they could potentially provide some opportunities in the future. So that does sound good. We got about 5 or 6 different stocks and ETFs to look through today. So if that does sound good, make sure you stick around and subscribe. We're up to 8,164 subscribers, getting close to 10,000 subscribers. That's our goal for the current time being. 279 subscribers the past 28 days. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So of course, we invest in Yieldmax ETFs. Taking money out of our Yieldmax ETFs, we're buying on margin. I don't think I'll be buying any more Yieldmax ETFs unless it is on margin, just because I am trying to use the cash flow for other investments currently. I will talk about that in later videos, but for the current time being, we're looking for some good opportunities because we want to always be looking for good opportunities. And the first one here is Tesla. Now, at a current price point at $350, I don't think it's necessarily a steal or a buy. And I actually wouldn't even consider this an opportunity in my opinion, nor would I really consider TSLY. I don't necessarily believe in TSLY anymore. I made a bunch of videos on that. Go and check those down below. But Tesla, I do think if it approaches and kind of turns into a downtrend, because it's on a pretty good ride in the last month or so. You can see up 23%. Of course, when stocks go up, they can also trend down. There could also be an aggressive pullback, and Tesla's known for some aggressive movements. So although we're kind of at a bit of a high here in the past little while, maybe 3 months or so, I would expect to see a little bit of a pullback in Tesla. If you are invested in TSLY, maybe you want to double down on some shares. That could be a potential opportunity for you or in Tesla itself. So that's one. The next one, we're moving on. MSTY. Isn't that interesting? I hold 100 shares of MSTY. If I can show you guys right here, MSTY pays a fantastic dividend, as I'm sure you guys are aware. I'm actually down about 15% in MSTY. Of course, the dividend's paid out, so it's not exactly 15%, but nonetheless, MSTR, the underlying stock, has gone on a pretty good run in the past. It's been pretty much the past 2 months, something like that, where it's gone from roughly $250 all the way up to almost $420. So it's pretty good. It's experienced a bit of a pullback, which we've seen in MSTY in the last little while here. And so MSTY could potentially be a good buy. But one thing you, of course, have to look at is the price of Bitcoin. MSTR trading at close to an all-time high, and the price of Bitcoin also close to an all-time high. Bitcoin's known for sharp falls, and of course, we're at kind of a peak now. It's like, does Bitcoin want to trend and break through? And it did break a previous high, but does it want to really break through, or is it going to trend back down? And Bitcoin's known to have days where it drops maybe 20%. And on those days, it's important to be checking in on MSTR, MSTY, and seeing, okay, is there any opportunities for income here? So that's another one. Next, we're going to Babo. Babo is one that I hold. I hold about 300 shares actually. And if I could show you guys right here, boom, 300 shares, average share price $17.67, currently down about 13% on that position. But Babo has been experiencing a downtrend in the last little while, and so has Alibaba. If we look, we're up at a high at about $135, now down to about $113. There looks to be a support around 100, so I kind of expect Babo to fall to about 100, and then from there, will it trend back down to 80? Who knows? I think long term, the stock has really good potential, as it's seen, of course, this was during COVID, but it's seen pretty great growth in the past, and I do think it's poised for a breakout. I think it's a great platform, but the underlying Yieldmax version is definitely suffering. So that's one to potentially keep in mind and add if you're looking for a potentially good opportunity, in my opinion. It's all my opinion. The next one is Apple and Apply. Apple was trading at about $260 about 3 to 4 months ago, now trading at about $200. You could say it's roughly about 13 to 15% off at the moment. But of course, people are concerned with Apple because of its growth. Apple, of course, a $3 trillion company. How much more room does it really have to grow? It's debatable. In terms of their product line, not too much, but in terms of their services, they can grow. Now, Apple has experienced a tiny bit of a drawdown in the past little while with the share price of Apple. Of course, if Apple increases, so will Apple. But when you look at the long-term stock price chart of Apple, it doesn't look too amazing. Only when Apple was in an uptrend over the past year was Apple staying consistent. As Apple began to fall, Apple really began to fall. So that's something to keep in mind as well. The next and the last Yieldmax ETF that I want you guys to kind of keep track of maybe is Coinbase and CONY. Now, Coinbase experienced a bit of a drop in the last, we'll say, last couple weeks, something like that. It was trading at about $275, now down to $250, so maybe down about a couple percent or so. Nothing crazy, but I do think that Coinbase, just like Bitcoin, just like MSTR, MSTY, is very volatile. So it's one to keep in mind if you're looking to get on the transaction side of cryptocurrencies. You have one, Coinbase, which is really the transaction side, and then you have MSTR, which holds Bitcoin directly. So two kind of different entities there, but they're all within the same space. And of course, Coinbase has the potential to either break out to maybe 350 and beyond, or could potentially fall to about 150. That's where I'd look to pick up some more CONY. So this one still maybe has some room to fall potentially. So these were 5 Yieldmax ETFs and underlying stocks, which I do believe have the potential to continue to fall or start a downtrend. I just wanted to bring them your attention, put them on your watch list, and they could potentially provide you some income, or you could potentially purchase some great underlying businesses at great prices. So if you guys did enjoy this video, we're up to 8,164 subscribers. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please stick around, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.